Do it.
Okay.
Oh, we do.
There's been an awakening.
There's been an awakening.
Have you felt it?
I felt it. We got the intro music playing right now. We're going to be starting. Oh, Jesus. Well, you're welcome.
Hello.
Holy shit. It ain't C3 penis face?
An R2 dick head.
Looking. Found someone you have, I would say.
May the force be with us. Fucking A.
Good day, Galaxy Rogue Squadron Podcast. I'm Mopar.
Damn it! I was gonna go like right in time with that, and then you switch it all up. I am Commander Cody.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Episode 96. It's exciting. You excited?
I am so excited.
It's exciting. Yeah. So we're a Star Wars nerd comedy podcast. You are tuning in, like I said, to episode 96. So you missed a couple. If this is your first time listening, we thank you.
Yeah.
You can find us on, if you were listening on iTunes, you can find us on YouTube, Rogue Squad Pod. You can find us on all bunch of shit, Rogue Squad Pod, social media, and
Everything's literally the same.
Rogue Squad Pod.
Yeah.
Our website's now roguesquadpod.com, right? They can get there. Mm-hmm.
Both work. In case, Yeah.
What happened?
With what? The week?
No, just what
the
happened.
podcast? The life?
Yeah.
The Star Wars?
The wars.
Nothing crazy. The only big news, which we'll get into a little bit more later on, is the Han Solo film started shooting.
There was something else. Ben Affleck stepped down as director from The Batman.
Yeah, but that's not Star Wars.
Yeah, but I'm still talking about it.
That's fine. We can bring that up.
Because, okay, them starting filming means nothing to me. But Ben Affleck
true.
stepping down, something's happening.
That's true. There's no actual info about the movie yet. It's just like, we're filming. Okay, cool. I assume that.
As we do every episode, we're going to be jumping into our beer review. We've got steampunk beer. I don't even know.
You can't even talk.
That was good. What else happened? I have been addicted to Star Wars Heroes, the app game. It's addicting. It's a decent game. It's one of those games that paces you in almost like a very slow pace. I don't know how to say that, but it
Paces you with
forces
some
you
pace.
to be slow. And if you want to speed up, you have to spend money. So you have to have a lot of patience. And it's like you can only do so much.
That's how they do it these days,
You can only battle so much in one day. So you can only level up so much in one day. So you kind of just do what you do, and then you have to wait till the next day. It's kinda,
Unless you have a bunch of Republic dataries.
No, not even that, because I have 1.5 million credits in this game, and it means nothing because I need training probes to train my guys. So it's so stupid, and there's so many like coins and dollars and points, and they all do different things. It's
Like different
tokens.
kind of tokens and shit that you get.
Yeah, like one of them you spend on new characters. The other one you spend on gear, which levels up. The other one you spend on training probes to level
Yeah.
you guys up, and it's a shit pot, but it's
I
addicting.
feel like that's how a lot of the mobile games are. That's why I don't really play them. And EA did that with some of the Battlefield stuff too.
I think this is an EA game.
It's like you can buy all of the weapons right now for like $5 a pack or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
this is an EA game.
It's just like all about making money,
Star Wars Heroes.
which I get. Like you got to make money. You made the game. I understand that. But like when it's making money is built into the game itself, it's just kind of like, really?
Yeah, it's caked all over the fucking game. Like everything you click on, just like, do you want to spend $3? It's only $3.
It's obnoxious.
It's like, dude, no.
I hate that stuff.
Yeah, but you get to build your team, and it's based on like you have a team of 5, and you have one leader, and they have a leader ability. Like Chewbacca's is every team member gets plus 30 defense. which is nice because a lot of the other ones say all Jedi get 30 defense. So you have to have enough Jedi to even have a full team, or every scoundrel gets plus 15% damage. Or
so there's different classes.
There's a lot of different, and there's multiple. Like Luke is an attacker and he's a rebel.
And he's a Jedi, right?
No, I have Tatooine Luke. So
you haven't gotten the new Luke yet.
So all I have is Tatooine Luke. So he's got this gun.
He's got power converters.
He shoots shit. I was promised to see a singular boob on Instagram chat. Disappointed. Also, did you guys hear that Battlefront 2 is confirmed?
Oh, that's the other big thing. We're going to be talking about that later too.
Yes.
We have to show him a little side boob or something. You promised it on the grams. There you go, Joe.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
If you want to tune in later around midnight,
He'll DM you some
by myself.
Mopar side boob.
Mopar side boob. Got it. It's in the books. Let me put it as a reminder.
So a quick recap.
Tit pick. All right.
Hey Siri, remind me to send boob pics to Joe.
To Joe.
So we're gonna do the beer review, and then we have the Han Solo film.
Let me finish this shit.
Batman. What are you talking about?
This hero game. So it's cool because they do have an expansive collection of characters, and that's my favorite thing. Like I have on the battlefield, so there's like light and dark side battles.
Right.
That you have to have all light and all dark, and then there's the cantina battles where you can kind of just your best 5.
Oh wow.
So I have like Tarkin next to
awesome.
Mace Windu, next to Ahsoka, next to IG-88.
That's
like I have a cool team, and they all have different powers and attacks, and it's like a turn-based. So, but it's
Final
not
Fantasy
hard
style?
turn. It's not hard turn-based. So it's each individual at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like you have to select for your entire team and then it goes. It's your turn. All right, press this. Okay, he attacks, and then they have a turn, and then they attack. It's more like a Pokemon with 5-on-5 with special abilities. But
nice.
You get buffers and debuffs, which is cool. This is cool. One of my favorite things that just came up was I got Admiral Akbar, and
that's sweet.
He has God, what's strategic perfection is the attack, and basically it takes all their buffs away, gives you a buff, and heals your guys. So it's a table turner. It's a game changer is what I meant to say. So it's like
table turner.
No, it is though. Like if you're like the bad guys and you're like, all right, I'm gonna give myself defense, and this guy has critical attack, and this guy gets critical attack.
I heard crickle.
It's got crackle attack. It's got side boob attack.
Trickle attack.
But and then you set it all up, and then you go to attack, and he's like, nope.
Yeah.
Healed. You're like, what the fuck, man? And the healers are a bitch. Because if you don't do enough damage, you shoot them, and then they heal, and then they attack you. And
exactly.
Like, I'm negative right now. What the?
What do you have hairs all over you?
Son of a. This is nasty. Got it.
It only gets worse.
Side boob episode 89. All right. Let's get into the beer review, and then we will jump into, like we said.
Done commenting on your game.
Do it.
It does look like fun. You know, I've never played a turn-based Star Wars game besides KOTOR, and it's not really turn-based. It's like half turn-based, half dice rolling, and half action.
Yeah.
3 halves. Doesn't make any sense, but I said it.
And then you can join a clan.
Oh, boy.
So a clan, you have large battles, and one of the main clan battles is against a Rancor. So basically, all you do is Rancor comes out. You have your 5 team.
You put synthesized odor in a corpse.
You basically attack it as much as you can, and you're gonna die. And then you put in your next 5 until you're out of characters.
Right. And
then everyone else does it. Like out of the 100%, you might do 2% damage. Like
that ridiculous?
Yeah. It'll take an entire day to take out a Rancor.
That's crazy. An entire day.
Like I'll waste all of my guys. They'll all die in that type of battle. You can still use the guys later on in other challenges.
Okay, and then they have to like recharge or something
after 24 hours.
Oh,
but
gotcha.
Like I'll go in the morning and do my clan battle. So I'll attack this Rancor as much as I can. And if you get him early on, you get him under the door. and you can attack the door panel, and the door comes down on him, and then you get critical attacks
While
for
he's
like
trapped.
2 rounds. Yeah. But he comes up, and it's kind of random. Like, he'll pound the ground, and it hurts everybody. And then there's one attack, he just grabs someone and eats him. And it's like, it doesn't matter. It
That's
doesn't
perfect,
matter
though.
their power or health or anything. He's just like, nope. I'm like, fuck, man. I'm trying to plan this
It's
out.
like some of the dragons in Skyrim. It's like
Yeah.
you could be doing great, like hand to hand, and just like, nope, grab you. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, the coolest part from what you've explained is having a ton of different types of the same character and having them all in the same squad together.
It's hard because getting characters is the most difficult thing. So when you
You have to
try
unlock them and stuff.
yeah, you get shards, which is like a piece, and like a Boba Fett is 80 shards, so it could take you like a couple weeks to get a Boba Fett.
Jesus.
And that's like an Admiral Akbar. Since I got the game, I've been trying to get him, and I just got him yesterday.
Wait, you get shards for specific characters?
So basically, you go into a battle, and then it says these are the possible rewards for winning this battle.
Yeah.
And usually, you get a shard of a one character for beating that battle.
Oh, so kind of like Pokemon Go. How in order to level it up, you had to get so many candies
Kind
of a
of.
particular
But you can't use them.
right until
It's
you
just-
get
yeah.
to that right amount. Yeah,
So I've been building up for Cad Bane, who's a fucking monster in this game.
sounds sweet.
And Boba Fett is just unbeatable.
I would just make a whole team of bounty hunters.
I'm trying to, but they're so expensive. Cad Bane, Boba Fett. The only
Yeah.
bounty hunter I have is IG-88, and he's a monster, but
He's sweet.
it's difficult. Because Boba Fett has this power where he just shoots you until you die, basically. It pisses me off. Like if you have a good group and
That sounds about right, though.
and they play off of each other well,
Yeah.
it's like shoot. Oh, he gets a bonus shot. Oh, because he gets a bonus shot, she gets a shot. Oh, and she has an upgrade, and then it's a revolution. You get shot 80 times, and then Boba Fett just shoots you until you die. It's fucking nuts, dude.
I love it.
But it's cool how they have it leveled out. Like if I take an Ahsoka, I can beat a Darth Vader because Ahsoka she heals herself every attack. I hate fighting Ahsoka.
Oh, she attacks and then gets healed
Yeah.
from that?
Yes,
That's just nasty.
it's so difficult to beat her.
That's
But I
ridiculous.
finally got her and leveled her up all the way. So she got 2 attacks: the regular attack, which heals herself, and then she does a crazy whirlwind attack, and it heals everybody. So she's just sitting there, just like getting beat the shit out of.
Joe's interested in that game too. Wished EA focused more on mini mobile games. That Star Wars Uprising game was good concept but boring. I'm not a big mobile game guy at all. I haven't played any of these.
This, like I said, you got to have a lot of patience, and I'll end it there. But
I don't.
if you don't, I wouldn't jump into it.
I mean, we barely play Battlefield and Mass Effect anymore.
Yeah,
Just don't have time. Can't add a mobile game into that shit.
I'm
Not trying to do it.
I'm gonna be in Nova Scotia next week, so we won't be recording. But I'll have a lot of time during the day. I wonder if I could bring a game system or something. I should be working.
Probably should do that.
I should be working. Though.
No, you should play. You should play.
I don't know if I have to technically
Okay.
bring it overseas. I got a passport. And
What, are they
shit.
gonna think you're stealing drugs inside your fucking Xbox?
Yeah.
I would.
All right.
Yeah. Need Star Wars everywhere in my life. All right. We are gonna drink this beer.
Diesel punk,
Why are you shouting?
because it can't hear.
You know, if you would, I bought this whole system rig thing like I have, hands free. I can
smell
text and get drunk while still
Smells like a
having the mic
microphone.
in front of me. Smells like a microphone. Shut up.
Smells pretty good, man. Pretty standard.
Mm-hmm. Smells a little more lagery than I expect from an IPA, which is obviously an ale. And for those of you who didn't know, ales and lagers are the 2 main types of beer,
Yeah.
and
so
everything flows from them.
basically every beer is an ale until you lager it, and then there's lagers, obviously. So if you're just making a beer and you don't lager it, it's an ale.
Yeah, everything starts
That's-
as an ale, right?
So everything's an ale. There's a lagering process, which I'm not too familiar with. So, but not.
I like when you run out of air, like
Not
Ace
too
Ventura
familiar
or Jim
with.
Carrey or whatever.
All right.
And you sound like Saw Gerrera. It's a double. It smells strong.
8.5% alcohol. Diesel Punk. It's in a can.
Canning.
It's a really cool can though. It is kind of steampunkish. The IPA has a green background. Smells pretty refreshing. Engineered for taste. This one actually
I would hope so.
wasn't
It's a
wrapped
beer.
by one of their mothers. This is actually a can. And it looks like there's hops. There's a little spaceship or a rocket ship going off, and it looks like it's shooting out hops.
They should a cool branding thing for their company would be to make like Galaga, and you're like a beer can, and you're shooting hop alien ships.
Ooh, maybe we could make
I'm a
a
genius.
beer game.
There you go.
Cheers.
At
All right,
all.
Steampunk. What's this one actually called? Just double IPA. All right. There's no actual
Name.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, strong.
That is a lot more ale than I thought. It's not as bitter as I thought it would be. This doesn't taste like an IPA.
Yeah, it does. Woo!
Really?
I didn't get a big enough sip that first time.
I think it tastes just like an ale.
No, it's bitter for sure.
Maybe the monster's fucking with my buds.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
See how it tastes.
No, it's ales always have that caramel flavor, so it's more
a
caramely than you
lot.
expect from the IPA. Like a lot of caramel flavor in there.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. It's just kind of a weird balance of the two.
The
Like
ba-
you don't expect.
Well, I think they got the balance wrong.
They engineered it though. They said.
And it's engineered for taste, but you can have bad taste, good taste.
Engineered for the worst taste ever. Great.
Prepare yourselves. Mm. Yeah, it seems like a mediocre. It's not good, not bad.
It's really like it's hard. It's hard to drink, kind of.
Kind of is.
Like it's really strong. It's really bitter.
That's about it. Caramely, strong, bitter. But there's nothing else. And I'm still maybe the bitter's like
Ow.
floating.
Take a bigger gulp, man.
Okay.
Oh goodness.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not easy to drink. Woo! Diesel Punk, you diesel fuck. Enjoy responsibly. Who's the actual brewery?
Steampunk.
Is it
Yeah, we had
Diesel Punk Brewery? Diesel Punk Brew out of Rochester, New York.
if you watched or listened to episode Docking Bay 94 with Piran KOTOR guys, we did drink, but they were on the call with us before we even started recording, and things were just going so amazingly well that we didn't really stop for a beer review. We just kind of drank. And we did have another Diesel Punk. It was in Honey Amber, I think.
Amber Ale, yeah.
Yeah. Which was, it was okay. Honey stuff is not my
drinkable,
favorite.
though.
Like Honey Brown, not my favorite thing. Also a funny story. Which we're not going to tell.
Cody got fired from a job. And I was there. That was crazy.
That's funny.
For buying Honey Brown underage.
Yeah.
That's the story.
It wasn't, yeah. We were both there, but I got fired.
We were putting it into my car.
And like, the
I
boss
worked
had it.
there.
You know what I think it was? The owner had it out for me because I was better at running the grocery store than he was.
Yeah.
And he was pissed.
I walk in there and he gives me weird looks because I feel like he knows me, but he never knew me personally. Like he
Right.
wouldn't say, "Paul, let's do this," because you opened the store with him, so he knew you personally.
Yeah.
But
He didn't
As
even know
soon
what the
as
fucking
af- as
things
soon
were
as-
in his store.
right, he had no fucking clue. I pooped in the corner. No one knew. But
In the freezer.
we wreaked havoc on that store. And no one had a clue. Dude, remember when we were racing those carts in the back thing and one of them flipped and hit the pop and they exploded everywhere? The first thing he said to me the next morning, he's like, "Why is it so sticky back here?" I'm like, "I have no clue. It's crazy." Like there was like obviously pop sprayed all over this fucking hallway.
Oh,
It was good. All right,
hilarious. How did we get there?
because we went to Honey Brown.
So yeah, back to this Diesel Punk. It's okay. It's a weird combo. It's actually hard to drink.
Well, we appreciate it, Joe. Joe says he's doing English homework right now, watching us drink some beer and talk about Star Wars. I love
nice.
this channel and just found you guys. And Where there's a big jackass. Yeah, that's him.
Hey.
All right. Getting back to this beer, it's not that drinkable, so it's obviously not a 3.
No.
Would I recommend it to anyone? It's kind of slipping.
Like it's difficult. I'm going 1.
Yeah, I'm
going
okay
1
with
star.
that. Because I feel like 2s you can still like. It's just not perfect. But this is kind of difficult to drink. So we're gonna be cringing our way through the rest of this shit.
Yeah.
That's what I call our podcast. This shit.
Rating system is from 0 to 3. 3 is the best of the best. 2 is awesome. 1 is worth trying. So it is worth trying. It's not the worst thing ever. And 0 is the worst thing ever.
It is.
So don't do it. You can go back through the past episodes, check the website, and see our other. Yeah, you can listen to that.
And when it not the liquid it went into my. Well, I'm done.
That's what happens.
Time in, time out.
8.5, baby.
8.5. I drank it and it was like the aroma went directly into my nose when I drank it.
Yeah,
and it just was so sharp.
Yeah.
Oh, it hurt me.
Yeah.
It hurt my.
Have you ever had that where if you pour like a soda and it's so bubbly that you try to drink it and the carbonation is like flying into your mouth and I just start choking sometimes. Okay.
I know where we can start.
Well, we've got a whole list of news.
Fuck that. I got a good thing.
Thing.
That I posted on Instatits earlier.
Let's be honest, everything on our Instagram is awesome.
I have to thank. Where's his name here?
This beer is hiding my characters.
Luke
Skywalker.
Petronella. Luke Petronella posted or sent us this thing. It said, "Choose 2 to protect you, and the rest will try to kill you." I've seen those before, but this is one with Sith Lords covered all over it. So the choices are.
You can show the nice people on the stream.
Well, we've got. Let me read this real quick. We've got Darth Vader, Count Dooku, Darth Bane, Darth Revan, Darth Maul, Darth Plagueis, Darth Sidious, and Darth Nihilus. So, like I said, choose 2 to protect you, and the rest will try to kill you. Just right off the bat, I'm going to say this is an impossible thing, because no matter which 2 you choose, someone out there's going to fuck you up.
Yeah.
Because, you can sit there and say, let's say Vader and Bane. Dude, Revan and Palpatine are going to fucking kill you. Or let's say Bane and Revan. Vader and Palpatine are going to fucking kill you.
That's true.
Let's say Sidious and Nihilus. Revan, Bane, and Vader are going to fucking kill you. And Plagueis so
anytime you have 6 Sith Lords going up against you, you're pretty much fucked.
You're fucked.
No matter what, yeah.
But there was a lot of debate. We've got 266 comments, and people were freaking out.
Yeah, these type of questions are always, rampant with traffic because everyone's like, well, your answer was stupid. Bane would fuck everybody up. I think I commented, and I picked Vader and Bane just off the top of my head because as soon as I saw this, I went right into thinking like it's a fight. Yeah. There's 8 people. You pick 2, and they're all going to brawl. Yeah. And in that scenario, I was like, Vader and Bane definitely are going to help protect me.
Well, the way I saw it was...
Joe picks Jar Jar and Porkins.
You lose.
You really? I mean...
Actually, just shut this off. The rest of this podcast, we're going to talk shit. What are we drinking tonight? It's a double IPA. It's a 1 out of 3 star. It's okay. It's difficult to drink. Fuck it. It's called Diesel Punk. I actually chose Bane and Revan. But then, like I said, you have Vader and Palpatine coming after you. It's like, what the fuck are you supposed to do?
That's
They're gonna
the trick,
get
man.
This
if
was
you
my
have
reasoning,
Palpatine
though.
against you, he's going to make it happen.
And after thinking about it, I might change it to actually Bane and Vader.
That's what I said.
Reason being,
yeah,
they have probably the most Force-sensitive kills out of all of these people put together. Bane killed numerous Jedi, and he destroyed the Sith Order. Vader killed the Jedi Order.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
He killed technically Sidious.
Yeah.
So what?
I mean, if there's anybody that could go toe to
has-
toe with other Force users, I think it's those two.
Vader and Bane, yeah.
Yeah.
Sidious killed one person, Plagueis, and it was because Plagueis was drunken and he was in his sleep.
They killed those 3 Jedi that came to arrest him with
He's a-
mace.
Oh yeah.
Done.
Yep. No, you're right. So he killed Kit Fisto, Mace, but he needed help from Vader, and he killed.
I still think that was a ploy. I think he lost on purpose.
Yeah, I
He
mean, it would
probably
make
could
sense.
tell that Anakin was coming.
So we've got I can't even read the name. I'm sorry, but Nihilus would probably be able to drain them all, and so
I
Nihilus
still don't
has.
understand his power.
So supposedly he can just drain the force power out of people, but
Sure.
someone else was talking like that was out of weak force sensitive people. If you're going up against Vader, Vader's just gonna laugh when you try to suck the.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, dude, get the fuck out of here. There's no way. And then this is what pisses me off. Maybe because I don't know enough about it because I didn't play KOTOR 2 all the way through. But the fact that Nihilus blew up a planet with his mind or destroyed a planet with his mind,
Something
dude,
like that.
what the fuck?
It wasn't Drew, so is what it is.
But that's like we're on such different levels with force powers.
Yeah.
Like Anakin, the strongest person
It is
ever.
all over the place, yeah.
Anakin, the strongest person ever, made from the force. He takes out all the.
Strongest Jedi ever.
He's the fastest ever. You could tell him I'm his, and you could take his pod racer, and they'll think it's his, and we could do it. Ooh. Yeah. So
So,
Maul.
yeah.
I don't think Dooku, Maul, and who was the other one?
I'm surprised that, I mean, this is probably old. I'm just surprised that Nihilus is in there.
Dooku, Maul.
Like, these are
and
like the most
Plagueis.
popular Sith Lords, and then Nihilus is in there. Like, where's Crate? Like, Crate should be in there, or
Crate,
even
yeah.
Kylo, because he's
No.
newer.
True, but Kylo wouldn't be chosen by anybody.
That's true. He's also not Sith. So.
Crate would be it. And from what Stupendous talked about, yeah, Crate.
He's got a hard on for Crate, Darth Crate. I also was proud of the motherfucker.
Speaking
he was
of
on
hard-ons.
Twitter talking mad love about Eminem. So I was like, hell yeah, Stupendous. Star Wars and Eminem. Anyways,
You know what's weird? And we're gonna go on a way tangent here.
tangent.
Speaking of Eminem, I was watching on YouTube. I watch like freestyle raps and battles and stuff every once in a while. And I was watching MGK stuff, and I came across Machine Gun Kelly. He's from Cleveland. That's why I watch him, and he's pretty white. But of course, like Eminem was in the suggested shit, so I was
Yeah.
like, all right, pick up this stuff.
Yeah.
And I found one video, and it was other rappers talking about Eminem, and there was just 3,000% mad respect, 400% like they were just scared of him, and then like 200% just like I wish I could work with him.
So 3,600 total percent.
Yes, but like people like 50 Cent were just like, you know, M's the best, and they're like, what are you talking about? It's like, well, you say like they put J and M, Jay-Z together and Eminem on a tour together, and he's like, you know,
There's no
They're not-
headliner.
there's-
They're like,
they're
right?
not. Well, he said they're not equal. Why? I mean, Jay has his business, but M has sold 80,000 or 80 million more records than him. He said they're not equal. And then he looked away and he's like, you know, it's hard for me to say some of this shit, but I don't give a fuck. I'm like, man,
true.
that's ballsy. But
Yeah.
but everyone just says like lyricist. The the lyrics, the flow, and the attack that M has. He says, if anyone starts beef with Eminem, you better fucking run for the hills because he's gonna do it and he's doing it right and you're
Yeah.
gonna fucking bleed from the eyes.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, I think he's the best rapper that's ever lived. I do think that.
lyricist, I think.
I don't think he's the best hip hop artist ever because I'm not a big fan of the beats. Like, I'm not a huge fan of all of the beats that he picks and some of the production. It's just, it fits him though. It's like, it's quirky and
Yeah.
perfect. But like, just no music, freestyle, like all of that stuff. And it, like you said, flow, lyrics, rhythm, rhymes,
His flow,
all that shit.
His
He's-
flow could
he's
be
top.
a little better, I think. But as far as lyrics, it's just like, dude, get the fuck. There's no
Well,
one even
flow,
close.
Flow's different, man.
Yeah,
Like Tribe's flow is Tribe's flow because it's Tribe. He has a flow. It's
Yeah.
like rigid and like mathematic,
yeah,
but
that's
it's
true.
his, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
So Eminem Squad Pod.
He's like flowless. Flow. Dumb and Dumber. All right, guys. Tidbit. Let's do it.
Are we closing the choose two Sith to protect you conversation?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna finish up with Vader Bane because they have the most force sensitive.
I also say Vader Bane. If you haven't seen that yet, just head to our Instagram. Obviously, you can see what other people's choices are and comment on what you think you would
them
pick.
out.
Cuss everyone out if they didn't also pick Vader and Bane because I don't like other opinions.
And that's hard to take Revan out of it. But if, like you said, if you're just doing one single battle facing at people, I don't know. But that's the other thing. They were supposed to protect you. So I feel like
If I picked Vader to protect me, he'd probably get pissed, choke me, and then kill everybody anyways.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if maybe it is smart to pick a Sidious and a Plagueis.
One of each. Or one of each.
Plagueis is just going to physically keep you alive using midichlorian and shit. And
true.
Sidious is just going to have the whole rest of the... He's going to ploy the Jedi against all the bad people somehow. And
To save you.
yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. But I'm still going to pick Evan. Van Vader.
All right, so on to actual Star Wars news. So the Aftermath books. The first one came out Force Friday right before The Force Awakens released. I didn't know it was going to be a trilogy, but it is. What happened? What just fell? What happened?
Something right there.
Something fell. So there's 3 Aftermath books. The last one's coming out soon. And a tidbit that was released, Lando and Lobot, the dude with the head machine computer, I don't know what the fuck you call it, returned to Cloud City after the Empire left and returned to Tabana gas mining under Lando's control. So this opens a lot of doors in terms of, people have been wondering about Anakin's lightsaber since the Force Awakens trailer came out, how it was recovered, how it got to Maz, all this shit. So this little thing about Lando, I mean, it opens up a big possibility for the
what are you
recovery of the
saying?
lightsaber.
That like Lando's janitorial services say, hey, we found this thing. It was stuck in this vent. And he's like, I know what that is. Oh, baby.
I know.
I'm a doctor too. Yeah. So possibly somehow it got passed down to Lando and he moves it over to Maz or somehow.
I just feel like the way they're being so calculated about new canon, the fact that is in there, I feel like that's specifically foreshadowing, like the reveal of how Luke's lightsaber came about.
Yeah, they're doing everything so calculated that it's got to mean something.
Yeah. And also, if they're bringing Lando back in the picture, original trilogy era Lando, that could lead to how he's going to play into Episode 8 as well.
Wait, he's supposed to be in 8?
I don't know.
Hopefully.
But if they're starting to bring him back into canon and everything, I mean, people are hoping that he's going to be in 8. We had a question on Instagram before we started the stream. Is Lando going to be at Han's funeral? I don't know if Han's even going to have a funeral on screen.
His body's
Who
missing.
gives a shit?
It
He doesn't
blew
have a
up on a
body. They don't
fucking
care.
star.
Leia was
People-
cheating on him
He's kind of a
anyways.
dick anyways.
He was kind of a dick. Talking about mumbo jumbo. So anyways, I don't know, but it's really cool that, they're going to connect things in this way. And that Lando's back in canon and shit.
She'll throw him in a cannon and shoot him off. Never
My bar's
see him again.
pissed.
Oh, speaking of being pissed.
Okay.
So I went on to YouTube where I spend 99% of my life.
That was Joe's question.
YouTube.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was looking up the Force Awakens stuff, and I came across this fucking hater. And the title of the thing was like, why the Force Awakens sucks. And I'm like, all right, let's see if this guy even has like
People are so
legitimate stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets into it and he says, okay, it starts off with this fucko, and they've got
Fucko.
They've
Did
got-
he say fucko?
No, I don't know.
Because I really want to know.
he didn't.
I'm going to go call him a fucko.
He said, okay, this guy's got a partial map to Luke Skywalker. First of all, who is he? Where'd he come from? How did he get it? Who are these people? I'm like, dude, it's a fucking movie.
Yeah.
Like, you could ask even more questions about the A New Hope?
Yeah.
Who's Ben? Why does he know the Force? Why is he following this dude around? What the fuck's a Tusken Raider? Are they people? Why are they attacking Luke? I can sit here and do this all fucking day. And you're gonna sit there because you have questions about a movie you think it sucks. No, it's called Wonder. Like, they set a setting.
Mystery. Yeah.
Mystery. Wonder. I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen.
And especially in Star Wars.
Exactly.
More than any other universe. Like, they are known to pull a part in a movie that didn't mean anything in the movie itself, barely, pull and make an entire backstory trilogy of books about. Like, they're known for that. You should be expecting that fucking bullshit.
For 2 minutes straight, he just asked questions. I'm like, congratulations. No one knows.
He's talking
Who
about
fucking
Laura
cares?
Santeca?
Yeah.
The old guy? Yeah.
He sat there and he just bullshitted and asked questions and blah, blah, blah. I'm like I said, I could do the same thing. Dude, you go back to episode 4. Yoda doesn't exist. The Sith aren't a fucking thing. Darth Vader's name was Darth. What
up,
fuck
Mr.
are
Vader?
you talking? Like, seriously.
Yeah.
His first name was Darth. It wasn't even a title at that point. The Emperor doesn't exist. Well,
they mention him.
No, I don't think they do.
It's a good question.
Vader just says, "Now I am the master." I'm like, no, you're really kind of fucking not. You're a master of evil, Darth. Master of fucking around. But yeah, if that's why you think it sucks, you're not a fucking Star Wars fan.
Well,
stop making shit.
He's an asshole, but he's still a Star Wars fan.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. The biggest pet peeve I have is telling people if they are or are not a Star Wars fan. If you like Star Wars, then you like Star Wars.
He's not, though.
You could still be a fucking dick.
Clearly, he doesn't like Star Wars, or
he doesn't
would
like
it.
Force Awakens.
It's a Star Wars.
Some hoe was on Twitter talking about if you like the prequels, you're not a Star Wars fan. And since I saw that, like, I don't know, 6 months ago or some shit, I've been like, no one determines fandom.
Yeah. People do. Drew Karpyshyn does.
He determines what we love. He writes our fandom.
He is fandom. Yeah, it just...
But it just sounds like a grumpy ass fuck that hated the prequels and thought Star Wars was going to come back with something. Yeah, I still don't even understand. Even for the people that hated the prequels, like, they kind of made episode 7 for you. They took older storylines, less big universe, expanded universe stuff, and kept it focused on, like, character development. Like, and you still didn't like it? Like, the prequel sucked. There's too many things going on. All right, well, we made a movie that's like A New Hope. Well, it's a copy. I don't like it. Like, make your fucking mind up. It's people.
I think they played it safe, and I'll sit here and say that about it. I think they played it too safe, but it was...
I wouldn't say too safe.
I think it was too safe. But with that said, I don't know how much more you could have done. Maybe change the plot a little more so it wasn't go blow up a big death ball thing again. But, I mean, outside of that, characters were great. The action was great. The ships are great. But, like, even the small little, like we said, the training probe.
Yeah.
Oh, what is this? Gone. You're like, oh, I know that. I don't know. It pisses me off that other people are pissed for no fucking reason. And
That's true.
I know everybody has their own opinion. That's fine. But your opinion's not based on bullshit. Actually, if you hated the movie for an actual reason, I hated Poe because Poe did this, and this, and that's why I hated. Oh, okay. I hated Poe because he was on screen and he was a character.
I hated Poe because they didn't list off his entire backstory before the movie started. Right? Like, what?
How did he get so good at flying? He's not a Jedi. Or is he? They didn't tell me. Oh my God, I fucking hate people.
The worst offense for me is those that hate episode 7 and shit on it, but have now said that Rogue One's their favorite movie.
Yeah. Rogue One.
Like, everything that you didn't like about 7, except for the fact that it's a copy of A New Hope, they, like...
went for in Rogue One.
Yeah.
It's a completely different story. People die. There's no Jedi outside of Vader, which is the best Vader scene we've ever seen. I don't know. It's It's just troubling that that's what it's come to. Is I'm gonna make a YouTube channel about shitting on Star Wars because I'm a Star Wars fan. How about go fuck yourself, Star Wars fan?
How about it?
Speaking
Speaking of shitting on things, we're going to talk about Battlefront.
yeah. Okay. By the way, no.
So I was about to say that DICE announced details about Battlefront 2, but they really didn't.
Yes, they did.
Well, not really. All
they
they
did.
said was it's
Oh, you're
coming
right.
out. It has multiple eras. It has single player. Okay.
Dude, that's huge because
Kind of.
multiple eras to me means outside of the movies.
Multiple eras to me means they're going to bring Force Awakens in. Because
But
Rogue One stuff is
yeah.
Galactic Civil War timeline.
God, what if they just went for it?
Add the fucking prequels to the game. That's all we want. That
Yeah.
and squads.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
Prequels would be perfect. Prequels, Old Republic. Yeah, if I could play as Grievous. Dude, Grievous was impossible in Battlefront 2.
No. I love
You
it.
could be killing everything and he just, whoa, whoa, whoa. He's a fucking windmill of death coming flying at your face. I love his taunts too because they make no fucking sense. Oh, oh, oh. Like he's just yelling
He's
at
just
you.
shouting, yeah. So, yeah, the two big parts of the announcement were there will be multiple eras. They said, that's what they said, multiple eras of Star Wars. And they said single player campaign. So, single player is one thing that everybody was annoyed about with the newest Battlefront that came out. The multiple eras thing, the way they phrase it is just so vague. It just has me worried that they're still not going to go back to what we want. I mean, they
They're
might
just going to
say,
add a Kylo and a Poe.
well, era to them, they might just bring in like Rebels content.
That'd be all right. Something different.
It's a little better, but like dude,
I kind of want to shit on the Rebels.
the
Very quickly.
prequels give you all the stuff that you want in a war game, in a shooter game about battles. It's called Battlefront.
Yeah.
Prequels. That was the full war.
Well, look what fucking EA did in the app. Like I got Tarkin shooting at Ahsoka, shooting at Maul, shooting at Boba Fett.
Yeah.
It's like throw it all in there.
Exactly.
Do that. I'll
Exactly.
put on Xbox One.
I know they did say about the first one that they tried to make it more accessible, which means in video game terms they dumbed it down, made it easier or whatever. So I hope they realize that was a mistake.
Yeah.
I mean, video games are a platform. You make the best game you can make for that platform. Don't try to like purposely make it easy so that you can like get people over into buying Xboxes just to play Star Wars games. Like make the best video game.
Yeah.
So,
Because that will bring people over.
exactly.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But
I'm excited.
the fact that, I mean, there is hope.
It was actually,
It has brought us hope.
that's weird that they say it was dumbed down because it's not, I wouldn't say it's an easy game,
Well, of
but
course,
it's
they didn't say dumb down.
it's a simple game though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, to be honest, I thought Battlefront 2 was kind of a simple game, but at least you had options and classes.
Maybe that's what they meant by more accessible. Less options.
Less options. You get this blaster. That's it. All right.
So we'll see.
April
let's see.
4th is the rumored release date for Rogue One, putting it 10 days before Star Wars Celebration. Buy now or wait until its inevitable second version comes out. What do you mean
third version and main like big collection version.
Just get it.
Yeah, I'm getting it right away.
Get it in Blu-ray.
I'll probably get each movie, and then so like once episode 9 is out on Blu-ray, they'll have a
Set.
episode 1 through 9 set, and then it might be worth it to get that full set.
I've already got them all.
They might change stuff, add more special features. Who knows?
They're not.
You have no idea.
You posted or we posted on Facebook about Mark Hamill defending the prequels. We can talk about that.
Yeah, he was. It was an interview. I don't know exactly for what. What are you laughing at?
Yeah.
I was excited about it,
I
man.
know. Let's do it.
He was like, I don't understand why they got so much hate. Just basically like, This is what Star Wars is.
Yeah.
How do you like our version and not like the newer version? And then went into mainly about Jake Lloyd and like everyone was attacking this poor 10-year-old boy. Like he did exactly what George Lucas told him to do.
And he even mentioned, don't get me wrong. I know what the
Bad lines are.
And
Yeah.
I've been forced to say them.
Yeah.
Power converters. No, say it more whiny. Shit, George. Jesus. Got to tinkle a little bit. Power shit. Converters.
So basically he stood up for them and I think
He looked bad in that video, by the way.
yeah. He's getting old.
God. And this is something that really is truly astounding. And that's why I think there's just haters out there to hate. It's almost like a LeBron James thing where he's just been around so long, people are tired of him just being the best.
Yeah.
And you look at Star Wars, it's just been around for fucking 40 years. And it's still just killing. And people are like, yeah, we know. Jedi. Fuck it. I don't care. It's dumb. There's questions. Like, I don't know. Okay.
I really think it's a generation thing. We've talked about this before, and I was chatting with some fucking trolls on Twitter about this, and I was like, if you look at the Red Letter Media reviews, which I love because they're hilarious,
Yeah.
and they do bring up a few good points, but it does make me hate the prequels. But if you spent that much time and energy picking apart the movies and editing them in this way and making these comments, like you could take 4, 5, and 6 and make the same reviews and shit the fuck all over them too.
Yeah. Yeah. Shit the fuck all over them. No, I mean, that's honestly, if you guys are listening right now, we actually did fanboy commentary where we just did basically shitting commentary all over movies.
It wasn't like cruel though. It was just all in good fun.
Right, but if you listen to that, we tear this shit apart.
Yeah.
Oh, here he
6 of
comes.
them.
Leather nipples and everything, and then he comes flying in Batman style. So,
Yeah, we did Star Wars and Batman.
so if you guys aren't familiar, fanboy commentary, you can head on over to RogueSquadronPodcast.com. And next time you watch any of the Star Wars movies, any of the 90s Batman films, you can sync it up with our voices, and we will comment and make you laugh all the way fucking through it. It is belligerence. It is fun.
We got to do
And if
another
it's
one of those.
like, it's just one of those things where if you're just watching episode 2 again, just to kind of put it on, throw our commentary on it, and it's brand new again. Because we point out some crazy shit. We have good eyes. I have better eyes. He's got glasses. But
yeah, especially if you've seen them all so many times already.
yeah, it's
Makes
kind
it
of
more fun.
It's kind of refreshing, and I think my favorite ones are the Batman movies because, like Star Wars, we shit on it, but it's still Star Wars. It's a great saga. Some of the Batman movies that we watched
So bad.
were just bad. So
Yeah.
the '90s Batmans, all the way from Batman with Jack Nicholson to Batman Returns, Batman and Robin with Mr. Freeze.
That was the funniest one. It's
Batman
so bad.
Batman Forever was cringe-worthy.
Batman Forever's bad.
Yeah.
Like it's there's a lot to make fun of, but it's so embarrassingly bad.
Yeah.
It's not even like Batman and Robin's goofy. You have Arnold in there, like it's just ridiculous.
Fanboy commentary. Rogue Squad Pod shits the fuck all over it.
yes, Moto Max. That's exactly what happens.
Yeah, like I said, I'm saying it one more time. Fanboy commentary. Go to the website, or you can download it on Instagram, and we'll give you
Instagram
on iTunes.
Yeah,
download the episode and start up the audio, and we'll give you a countdown. Basically, you'll get to the lion roar at the beginning of the movie, and we'll go 3, 2, 1, and then you press play on the video. It's that simple.
We guide you through syncing it up.
Pretty easy.
Last thing about the Rogue One Blu-ray is for our release for the premiere of Rogue One back in December, we brewed a custom beer with Actual Brewing here in Columbus. We have things in the works to brew the beer again when the Blu-ray comes out and do a screening at their tap room here in Columbus. So ears peeled for that. We will try to make it happen.
Back to us.
We're working on it. We're working on it.
They hate us. They're shitting the fuck all over us.
Anything I can do to get that beer made again, yes. It was so good.
Yeah, it couldn't have gotten too much better, and maybe we'll tweak it just one little, and then it'll just be perfect. It's sold out pretty quickly. Go ahead. Han Solo film has officially started filming. Donald Trump has yet to read the script.
Well, that's just the worst thing he's done as a president so far is not read the script of Han Solo film. Jesus, come on, man. What are you going to do? If you're not going to support Star Wars, get the fuck out of office.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Han Solo film has officially started.
it's a big
filming.
announcement of the week.
But like,
But we don't have anything to really say.
right.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited for it. It's
am
another
too.
Star Wars movie. I'm more excited. I'm just gonna sit here right now. I'm more excited for Episode 8 than I've ever been for any Star Wars movie.
Yeah, I think so. I thought I was about Rogue One, but I don't know. I feel like
Rogue One, its era was just like, I know what's gonna happen. I know how it's gonna end.
I'm just gonna be excited like every year for Star Wars.
True.
It's
But
hard to like specify.
I'm just sitting here saying it because Episode 7 is my favorite right now.
Yeah.
Yes, I fucking said that.
Agreed.
Is my favorite, and I think it's the best movie. Because of that and how they set it up. Yes, it was a little Episode 4-ish. Fine with it. They have just opened the door and created these characters.
Mm-hmm.
The casting, I just keep coming back to the casting. Like Rey, are you kidding me? Daisy Ridley's fucking perfect for that role.
Yeah.
Now, if you had to complain about one person out of the main characters, and I'll leave that main characters up to you. If you had to complain about one casting, what would it be?
I don't have a complaint about the casting.
Me neither. I'm just forcing that question upon you, saying if you had to pick one out of the main characters that you're just like, I guess it could have been a little better.
I mean, some of Finn's little quips and stuff were
Okay.
kind of annoying, but
Okay.
in terms of the casting, I have no complaints at all.
I'd say Adam Driver.
Really?
Yeah. I just, it wasn't perfect for me, which is hard to say because it was great. So that's what I'm saying. I'm forcing this decision
I
decision on
understand.
both of us. But I would say Adam Driver. There was a couple things like he looked like he was in a comedy at some point, like his facial expressions. So where's the map to Luke Skywalker?
I didn't really get that.
No, but like when he, and that was the other thing. Like people were shitting on like, oh, he took off his mask and he looked like a bitch. I'm like, dude, he's a guy.
That humanizes him. That's the point.
All from beginning to now in everything, Star Wars has been about this cloaked bad guy. We don't know. Even the full face guy has tattoos all over. He's a Zabrak. He's an alien. Count Dooku was like the most, but he wasn't like evil to me. He was like a player on the bad side, but he wasn't evil.
It's a political idealist.
But we have Grievous and we have Maul,
Yeah.
Sidious and Vader, and then we had Kylo, and then all of a sudden, no, it's Ben.
Well, think about the imagery there. We start the movie, he murders the old guy, he stops the bolt in midair. We think he's the badass that we've been waiting for on screen. As soon as he takes the helmet off, everything changes. He starts to lose pace over the rest of the movie. As soon as his helmet off, it humanizes him. I think that's the point.
Ooh, do you think it was something? Maybe they purposely. Well, obviously they purposely did that, but I'm just
For imagery
thinking
and
like,
stuff, yeah.
well, for imagery, but in the eyes of Rey, the fact that it is just a guy, it's not an evil cyborg psycho fuck.
Right.
It is just a guy.
Right.
Now, when we go meet up in the snow later, I'm just fighting a dude. It's not. I've beat up many guys on fucking
mental.
Jakku.
It's mental.
That's what I'm saying. So it
Yeah.
might be something because, like you said, as soon as that happened, she started gaining confidence, gaining power. He started losing confidence because he lost that mind battle with her.
Well, it's that.
And he
I
got
was gonna say, yeah, it's
He
that
got
too.
shot in the ribs by a bow caster.
No one has stood up to that dude at all.
How about all the entire Jedi Order?
Well, we don't know what happened though,
True.
because if you look at that vision, it looks like he slaughtered everybody.
He probably just paid other people to do it.
We don't know, but from what we have seen, no one has stood up to him. And then all of a sudden, you have
Hux.
this girl that barely. And then you have this girl that reads his mind after, you take your mask off, and then from there it just kind of spirals out of control.
Yeah.
Anyways, I loved it. I loved it.
Well, let's get back to.
I
what
don't
the
want
fuck we're talking about. Okay. PB&J, yay or nay?
Dude, I haven't had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in so long.
You know, one of the things.
I haven't had peanut butter in so long.
Yeah, one of the.
God damn.
I'm not a big peanut butter fan,
Love
but
it.
a PB&J always sounds good to me. And I was doing some research about peanut butter to see like which ones are good, and they're basically
It's actually not a nut,
well, yeah,
which is weird.
yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
It's not a nut.
almond butter,
Almond butter, yeah, almond is a nut.
peanuts.
Peanut is not a nut.
What do you mean peanuts are not nuts?
It's a legume. It's classified as a legume.
I'm checking you on that. What
Do
the
it.
fuck does that mean?
Legume, like beans and shit.
Peanut is out of a shell. Beans don't have shells.
I don't know what the shell classification means.
What are you talking about? It's a nut.
Look it up.
Peanut.
Look it up. Look it up. I'm gonna also look it up on my phone.
Yeah, but I was
So
watching
what was
this
your point about peanuts, though?
classified as peanut, also known ground. It's known as a ground nut. Goober or taxonomic classified as archaeus peanut. Yeah.
While nut is in the name, peanuts are in fact legumes. They actually
Huh.
grow underground as opposed to nuts like walnuts and almonds that grow on trees.
Yeah, it says right here, peanut legume. Interesting. What is a legume?
I think legumes are like beans and shit.
It's weird. It's just because of the way it grows, huh?
I remember legume from French, and that meant vegetables, I think. Or something.
Oh.
Legumes? I can't remember.
Legumes. And okay, peanut podcast is over.
It's a plant. Legume is a plant. This is the most confusing sentence I've ever seen in my life. And I'm gonna stop. Star Wars.
No, peanut butter. I was sitting there and I watched a couple YouTube things because that's where everybody learns everything. And there was this girl talking about good and bad peanut butter, and she went through like 6 of them. One of them was like a nature peanut butter. One of them was all
Like brands?
like organic peanut butter. One of them was whatever butter. And she had 2 almond butters. She said basically these 5, even though they say organic, natural, blah, 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 they're all terrible because they all had this palm oil in it.
Yep.
And I'm like, dude, it's fucking oil. If I die because of palm oil, then congratulations, you were fucking right. Like, there's got to be some give. And I get it. There's peanut butters that are better for you and worse. And that's fine. And now I try to get the more natural ones that have like the oil that rises at the top. You ever get that?
Mhm.
Get the sealed pop thing,
Yeah, and you gotta
it's
stir
to
it.
get the oil. You
Yeah.
gotta stir it. Almond butter, I've never had. I feel like almond butter.
It's
I've
not my
had it
favorite.
on like on bars. It'll have like a bit of almond
Yeah.
butter on it. It's
Yeah.
delicious. But it's what the fuck? Like, it just pissed me off because I'm sitting there trying to learn, and it's just like everything you like is shit. I'm like, well,
This
fuck
goes back
me.
to the Red Letter Media type review against Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like, really, if you dig everything up that deep, all the food's poison and you shouldn't eat any of it.
yeah. There's got to be something bad in every fucking thing.
Probably.
Like kale. Oh, it's made in dirt, and dirt kills people. Well, fuck me, right?
Eggs are
Ugh.
fine.
Unless they're bad.
Great.
But yeah, that's a whole nother podcast. Okay.
I love it.
John Urso.
No.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. I just changed my mind so quick. There's 2 new young adult novels that they announced earlier this week. And by the time you're listening to this, it was last week. One is following Jin Urso. It's called Rebel Rising. And the other is following Chirrut and Baze, called Guards of the Wills. Obviously, all characters from Rogue One. As I confidently stated, yes, we met all these characters. Yes, they all died. But now we're going to get backstory info about all of their shit. So, sounds pretty sweet. The covers, they are the characters from Rogue One. They're not like younger by any stretch. So, I feel like it's going to lead up to Rogue One or be very close to Rogue One.
Wonder how good. I really, truly, seriously am taking some
What the fuck are you staring at?
some Star Wars comics that Dimma, our buddy Dimma Spider.
Jim, who's not live with us, asshole.
Yeah, seriously though. But he's a huge asshole that sends us thousands of free comics that he's read and just done with. So I am taking a big chunk of those and bringing them home with me. I haven't basically done 0 reading for the past 2 weeks. But I'm still slowly chipping away at the second Harry Potter, the TMNT comic series that I
We
got,
talking about that.
and there was a third thing. And that's what happens is I get there and I like get to bed because that's when I read is at night. I get to bed and just like I look over and there's three things. I'm like, I can't choose. Fuck it, and just I go to bed. It's just like I can't do that.
I can't
need to
read
just
at night either.
I just need to pick one. I can. It puts me to sleep, so I have like a limited. So I literally have to go to bed while I still have energy
Yeah.
for me to
Right,
actually
and then
sit
read
there
yourself
and read.
to sleep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I'm laying down and I'm already tired and I look over, I'm like, nope. I could be right on the verge of like an epic death of Vader murdering children and be like, that's wait until next week. Fuck it.
I love it.
Younglings. All right.
So those should be cool. Those novels coming out. They are young adult, same as the Ahsoka, but everyone was really loving the Ahsoka book.
I'm gonna.
So
Who?
Yes.
And I think you just stated it, so that's probably my answer. Out of the Clone Wars cartoon and Rebels, who is your favorite character?
Clone Wars and Rebels?
Yeah. And the fact that she's in both and's a fucking badass. In Rebels, I can't pick anyone else.
Yeah, Ahsoka is awesome.
She starts off. It's a good character growth. She starts off just innocent and kind of naive, but she's just got Anakin Skywalker. Like that's my fucking leadership, man. That's my master. Like how she couldn't have gone wrong, and
Right.
all of a sudden she kind of does at the end of like Clone Wars. She
Such
goes
a good
rogue,
plot right there.
and she just does her own thing, and she comes back so wise. That's so crazy to me. She comes up and just like, Ezra, you need to stop fucking around. Let me get my two white badass lightsabers
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Fucking A. Let me take Vader on straight. Just,
Yeah.
I love it that the fact that she just looks at Vader and says, dude, I got this. I watched your bitch ass fight on Geonosis. You got knocked over by that goddamn motherfucker. Remember that?
It's hard to pick anyone else.
Well,
If
Commander
I'm thinking
Commander
of,
Cody or like Fives. I mean, they were in it quite a bit, at least
Yeah.
in Clone Wars.
if I'm
obviously.
thinking about the character and what I see in those shows, because you could say Anakin and you could say Tarkin or Obi-Wan or Darth Maul, but I mean, I think specifically for those shows, it's really hard to say anyone other than Ahsoka.
yeah,
Ahsoka Tano.
they do a great job with Anakin, though. You get to really see like the progression of Anakin.
Handshake each other and we'll drop $5, said Sluppy.
My handshake. Do your handshake. I'm air drying. I'm handshaking. Sorry.
Don't apologize.
Obi-Wan was also badass. We got to see, actually, and I'm not going to take it back, but one of my other favorite characters in the Clone Wars, obviously, was Plo Koon.
Yeah, he was pretty cool.
He was in like probably 10 episodes. Pissed. Yeah, but Plo Koon, he was in a lot of the early episodes, and he was just straight badass. And I love that you saw the real pilot in him. He was just like, do this, beep, beep, done, done. All right, next battle. Outside of that, I don't know. Sidious? Dude, we get to see Sidious and Maul so much.
Oh, Dooku. I love Dooku.
In the clone, okay.
Dooku, Asajj.
Asajj is up there too.
Yeah.
We never see now pictures are taking. Boy, I'm gonna roast your ass. All right. Yes, Asajj, we never see the end of her. She kind of just goes away. Like the same thing Ahsoka does.
Yeah.
She just, well, I got fucked over by those people and I helped Ahsoka and it was kind of cool, but peace. So is she gonna show up in Rebels? Ooh, wouldn't that be fucking weird?
Dude, when that holocron starts talking to Ezra, it sounds like her.
Ooh, I never really thought about that.
It sounds just like her. Anakin's a good choice, though, because everything that happens in Clone Wars makes his fall to the dark side that much more serious, that much more heartbreaking.
Well, would you say the Clone Wars cartoon makes episode 3 better?
All the expanded universe stuff makes the movies better. All of it does. Plagueis made episode 1 better.
Well,
Clone Wars makes episode 3 better.
Whoa,
Rebels makes episode 4 better.
Whoa, I wouldn't say that.
Well, all right. I would say the progression of Rebels to Rogue One makes episode 4 better.
What is that? So Rebels, is it just in between 3 and 4? Rogue One is obviously minutes before 4.
I'm pretty sure Rebels starts 5 to 6 years before A New Hope.
Okay.
Don't quote me. We'll have to ask our boy Boxer List Bosk. It's so hard to say. He knows. He called me out once. He was like, dude, you're fucking wrong.
About what?
About the timeline of Rebels. So he would know.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure it's like somewhere between like 3 to 6 years before A New Hope. So all this leading right up to, that's why I think like the series finale of Rebels, it's going to end probably at the Scarif battle. Or it's going to go very close. It's going to go right into A New Hope, I think.
Well, we saw Ghost in the beginning of that battle, right?
Yeah, in the battle.
That's interesting.
I hope the Rebels are on the Ghost in that battle, and Vader shows up in that Star Destroyer, and they crash, and it's tragic, and we all cry, and the series ends, and everyone's dead.
Oh, man.
And maybe Ezra and Kanan are off on some Jedi bullshit with Darth Maul or something. I don't know.
You know, I honestly forget how that... So they're winning, and then his ship comes flying, and then because they're trying to escape, right? And half the big ships run into
they take out the shield generator, they get the plans, and they're like, good job, we all got it. Godspeed, Rogue One, and then we got to get the fuck out of here. And then they're all trying to go to hyperspeed. Some of them actually do, and then the Star Destroyer just appears, and they all crash into it.
Oh, I
that
forgot.
was like, one of the best shots of the movie. That was so fucking sweet. Oh my God, I love it.
So, yeah.
It's really hard for Clone Wars and Rebels characters. It's hard not to pick Ahsoka.
The more and more I think about that hammerhead maneuver, oh, man. I honestly, when I first saw, and what I'm referring to is when Akbar was just like,
Not
get
Akbar.
Or what was his face? Fish head.
I don't remember his name. Raddus. Admiral Raddus.
Rathtar. He was thinking on his toes and said, we've got a hammerhead, just push the motherfucker and it'll crash, and just like, when I first saw that, I was like, of course that happened because they're the rebels. But then again, I just like
desperate times, man.
Well, the fact that they were losing, he showed up, they were fucked, and Rathtar said, you know what? The Rathtars, whatever his name is.
You said the Rathtars.
Rathtar. He said,
"You're not hauled, Rathtars."
What's a Rathtar? That's Rathtar. But no, I like it because it's just like thinking on the fly. Like we're in this situation. Fucking ram it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like what's worst case scenario? We take each other out. That's a win for us. Fucking them up, and then we get the hell out of there with the plans. It's a win. So
exactly.
Yeah. The more like I said, when I first saw it, I was like. Like it's kind of cool, makes sense, but the more and more I think about it, I like it.
Yeah. I think I'll stick with Ahsoka.
It's the obvious choice.
Good answer.
Or Cad Bane.
Yeah, but he's only in like one season.
Oh, but that's the only season that matters. Yeah, I really, really like Cad Bane because it's finally a bounty hunter that is badass on screen.
Right.
I'm sorry, Boba. Good try.
All the badass stuff that happens is expanded universe stuff, backstory stuff.
Well, actually, when you see Boba in Clone Wars as a kid, he's still fucking badass.
Yes.
That's a cool little story, but it is just a little story. So
but that's not a movie. That's what I mean.
So when we talk about the grand scale of things, I'd have to say Anakin, Ahsoka, Cad Bane. I'm doing that.
Favorite animated series characters?
Yeah. I'm not picking anyone from Rebels. Even though I like Sabine is cool.
Sabine's awesome.
But there's something. Like, can we get into that? There's something about Rebels that I'm just like, it's kind of cringeworthy. It's because I feel like Clone Wars had an adult feel to it, at least, even though it was, and there's an adult feel to it, but
Darkseid is infesting my microphone.
But all right. Yeah, there's something about Rebels that just feels overly childish.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
And I get that as a cartoon and it's for fucking children, so I'm not gonna sit here and say I don't like it. But there was something about Clone Wars that it's still, you saw the nitty gritty war scenes and people were dying.
Yeah.
And there was struggles. I feel like in Rebels, it's just, oh no, we're about to do something and we might not win. We obviously win. We're the fucking Rebels. Get the fuck out of here.
That is a big problem I have. Yeah, I mean, there's some kid stuff though in Clone Wars. It's not absent.
No, that's what I'm saying. There's
especially
entire
for
episodes.
season 1.
There's entire
1 and
episodes
2.
that are cringeworthy, but
Right.
the entire show of Rebels is cringeworthy to me.
Not the entire show.
Do the lightsabers not bother you?
No.
God, it fucking
Just a
bothers
different
me.
art style, man.
I hate it.
They are pulling a lot of stuff from the original concept art, which I think is cool.
No, but it just looks
Just
dumb.
different style.
I know. I don't have to like the new style. It
like
just
it.
looks dumb to me.
I like it.
It looks like it wouldn't do any damage. Like, I'm gonna swing that lightsaber and it wouldn't break
Yeah.
through aluminum. Like, oh, well,
Can't
fuck.
crush a beer can. The problem with this whole thing though is like Rebels is a big main source of ongoing canon material.
Yeah.
But it's a kids show.
Yeah.
But more adults watch it than kids because we're all Star Wars fans. I think that's the problem is like we're all dying for more Star Wars content that we're all fixated on this kids show. And obviously they can't go too crazy because it is technically for kids. It's on Disney XD.
Yeah.
We all want them to. Regardless of what they do, we're going to watch it anyways. We're going to kind of pick apart and grab all that content and piece it together. But I mean, I think that's an issue because you have so many adults, older Star Wars fans watching it. And what they really need to do is give us our own Star Wars series. Doesn't necessarily have to be like dark and evil, but like we need an adult Star Wars show.
Wait, are you talking like live action?
Yeah. Like we said it before on the fucking show. They need to take what Daredevil and Luke Cage has done and do a Star Wars series on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly like they did. Hour episodes, 10 episodes a season. Do it dark, whatever the fuck you want.
It could be like just like a scoundrel thing. Show hints of Han and how he's interacting with non-Force users and shit like that.
Yeah.
It could be as simple as that.
Yeah. I mean, adding back into the canon is always going to be good. But when the only thing that's like regularly contributing to canon is a kid's show, that's where all the issues come in.
Yeah.
Like I can forgive the stuff because I know it's a kid's show, but at the same time, like this is the only thing that we get in between big movies.
Yeah, you're adding legitimate canon content from a kid's show.
Right.
Well, the only other outlet would be the comics, which may be the outlet we need to go to because
Yeah,
I
that's
would
possible.
assume those. Well, and the novels. I mean, we're sitting here talking about. We haven't read a book in 12 years, but
Darth Maul's out.
what do you mean out?
Comic. Darth Maul is out.
That one.
The comic series.
yeah.
Darth Maul. We've been talking about Marvel.
But
Starts
I'm trying to
before
think.
Phantom Menace. It is out.
I was. I wonder how canon they're staying with that, and what I mean by that is there was, I think, mixed canon already before Disney bought it because I remember there was a Darth Maul book, 2 of them, Saboteur and the cloak Darth fucking I don't know, but they were contradicting.
Yeah.
With Plagueis, with the Plagueis book.
Right.
Maybe it didn't, and I'm just kind of mixing it up. But I wonder how closely related they're gonna keep it to that stuff.
What's this? We have some troll in the chat room. We've been ignoring it, but it's really.
Bop, bop, bop.
Yes, I understand. I want to get into the comics. The conflicts are going to happen because they uncanonize stuff, but they're bringing stuff back. They're trying to make it all work for what their big plan is for Star Wars. So there are some issues. I mean, people complain that Kylo's real name is Ben, and Ben was one of the Jedi kids in the new Jedi Order stuff. They just, I don't know, man. I was annoyed at first for a while. I just think they have to do what they have to do at the end of the day. They have a vision, long term. They just have to go with it. So I don't know what the Darth Maul comic entails. I haven't read anything about it. I know that it's supposed to be set before Phantom Menace, at least when it begins. I hope as it develops, we get more information about him, obviously, after Phantom Menace, coming into Clone Wars timeline, and then that big gap from Clone Wars timeline to Rebels timeline. I mean, they have a lot of freedom with Maul now.
Yeah, well, they have a lot of fucking timeline with Maul now.
I mean, he's sprinkled throughout 50 years.
Yeah.
Well,
no, it's pre-movies.
Yeah, 45 years, yeah.
Pre-movies, and now we're all the way up to almost episode 4.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, they could take that comic series forever. And obviously, everyone loves Maul.
I'm not a hater of Maul.
No, I know.
think, and just like everybody, why is he still here?
Because he's a cool character that sells things.
But he doesn't do. He has done less over a grand period of time than anybody. I feel like Boba Fett did more in a half of a scene.
That is kind of true. For as much as he's on screen, he builds, and then gets fucking cut.
The only thing he ever did was kill Qui-Gon, and it was like, all right, the next 40 years are nothing. He's gonna get chopped up, cut up, lost in a garbage town, and just do nothing. Yeah, it's. I'm happy. I'm excited for a story with him in it. We have a story. We have him in it, but nothing has fucking happened.
I know.
And I do like to see him in what's the kid's name? Jarno? Jason?
Ezra.
I do like to see that interaction and how he's still kind of, and all of a sudden he's kind of conniving and
yes. Yeah, that's why I said
ever see that.
I like him in Rebels a lot more than Clone Wars.
Because he actually has a character, thoughts, ideas.
Plans.
Yeah.
All right, Bill Clinton.
Well.
Do you sometimes purposely forget people's names just because it's funny?
I literally have no clue. I'll come to that and my mind will just be blank. So, and then I'll think, oh yeah, Cheese Puff or Market Street or whatever the fuck his name was.
Marcus Street. I love it. Anyways,
I don't fucking know people's names.
So yeah, Darth Maul's out. Go get it.
Do it. What else is going on?
That's about it, man.
Oh, I have to say, whoa! I never really thought about it.
Whoa!
In the game, the Heroes game that I was talking about on my phone.
Yeah.
The two people that are not in it, at least to my knowledge, C-3PO and R2-D2. And BB-8. I'll throw them in there. They are not. I mean, there was
really.
There's Scarif Pathfinder, Scarif Engineer. I have not seen. Because usually, even if you don't have them, you at least fight them.
Right.
Haven't seen C-3PO, R2-D2. I mean, BB-8's not really. You're not going to do anything, but they do have legitimate support characters.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be the leader. And they literally, their attacks almost do nothing, but they can heal or revive or do some crazy shit. But yeah, there's no. They even have Ben Kenobi. It just says old Ben. It's fucking nuts.
I think C-3PO will be back there calculating odds.
We're going to lose. That's all he just does the entire fucking time. I wouldn't want to hear that shit. Plug him into the hyperdrive. Get the fuck out of here. Hey, we're gonna lose again.
He does just do this.
He's kind of like Alpha 5.
No one can see what I'm actually doing, but it's funny.
Believe me.
Go to YouTube and watch it.
Oh man.
More
What's your least favorite Sith?
Least favorite Sith? Oh, yeah. Movies only or everything?
Everything.
Well, there's some that I don't know anything about.
True. There's a lot.
There's
There's probably a lot of bad ones. But
Like backgrounds of all the old Republic Siths, like I don't know anything about those guys. I'm gonna go movies and animated series only.
Oh, I can't do that. You know, I'm gonna say someone, and you're gonna be mad.
I know who you're gonna say too.
What?
You're gonna say Dooku.
No.
No? Dude, this is actually a really hard question. I like all the Sith. I'm a dark side fan.
I am too. I've got one in mind.
If you have it in mind, you go first.
Okay. We're gonna go now.
Okay.
Least favorite.
You
Sith.
can't say Kylo. He's not a Sith.
No, he's not. I'm gonna say Malik. The reason being because he's just has no accolades. Like Revan was being attacked by 12,000 Jedi, and you're just like, yeah, just fire on his ship.
You know, I feel
Now
like
I'm the master.
I feel like I brought this argument up before.
I
feel like
like Malik.
I feel like we've had
Battles.
like verses and stuff. And I was like, calm the fuck down. Malik took advantage of his master's distraction. That's the only reason he's in power in the first place. He's not that great.
But the fact that he took down Revan makes him that great. I agree. But if you're gonna put that point to it, that's all the fuck Sidious did. Oh, I got my Sith master drunk. Slice. Well,
But he ended up being incredible.
he didn't do a fucking thing. He had to have Vader do it all for him.
Dude,
now
the
plan-
he
he
took
was-
down the entire galaxy without even igniting his lightsaber.
let me tell you this.
Tell me.
He couldn't have done it without Vader. Absolutely not. Vader could have potentially done it without Sidious.
No,
There was no reason being.
absolutely not.
And I understand.
Anakin had no desire to even get in that political bullshit in the first place.
No. Hear me out. I get that Sidious was basically Anakin's path to the dark side, but it really wasn't. It was his attachment. Padme died regardless.
Right.
He's gonna get pissed.
Sidious
Now,
kind of
Sidious-
facilitated all
exactly.
of it. Right.
He poked the bear.
Yeah,
That's
I'm okay with
fine.
that.
But
Right.
I think he was just destined to go to the dark side, and I think part of it was the Jedi pressure that you're the chosen one, balanced to the Force. Well, fuck that, and I'm getting married, and blah blah blah. Fuck, and now I'm here. I think he could have single-handedly taken out the Jedi Order.
Who,
He
Vader?
did. Yes, he did. Sidious did nothing.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
If Sidious wasn't there, Anakin wouldn't have gotten to that point where he thought he had to, quote unquote, kill all the Jedi.
True, but
If Sidious,
let's just say Anakin fell to the dark side on his own,
Okay.
which people do.
yeah,
Who's gonna stop him? Name 12 people in the Jedi Order all at the same time that are Mace Windu's the only thing that I can actually come up with to say Mace and obviously
Qui-Gon?
Obi-Wan.
So
Because Obi-Wan does kind of defeat him. But like those two aside, and I get that he fails and then Sidious almost makes him stronger with a piece of shit suit. Yeah, they play off each other so well that it just two people took over the fucking galaxy. That's
Right.
astounding.
yeah,
But Bane does it by himself. I think Vader really truly, if he just got to that point and knew how to control his hatred,
I don't think that was the motive for him at all. I think Sidious took advantage
yeah, he did.
of Anakin's motive and twisted him into a particular path. And
Absolutely.
then that's where Vader ended up. And he was like, well, I'm already here. My limbs are gone. I might as well fucking rule everything. We talked a little bit about on episode 94 with Apiron, if Qui-Gon hadn't died and ended up training Anakin,
Yeah.
if he fell to the dark side and Sidious wasn't manipulating him, I feel like he would have just pieced out.
Let me ask
And
you
maybe
this.
not even necessarily fell to the dark side, just got so disenfranchised with the Jedi that he just would have been like, I'm leaving. This is fucked.
Answer me this.
Okay.
Take Vader out of that situation and put any other single character in that situation. Does Sidious rule?
Which situation?
In an Anakin situation. So,
Like episode 3-ish timeline?
yeah, take any other character and put them in episode 3 Anakin situation. Does Sidious rule the galaxy for the next 30, 40 years? I would say abso-fuck-no.
I would say
You could put Bane in that situation, and what's going to happen is Bane's
Bane
going
would
to
kill
fucking
Sidious,
kill
yes.
Sidious.
I think he still would rule, but the situation would
How do
not
you
get to that
rule?
point if it was a different Jedi.
How do you rule? You have to kill the Jedi.
You don't have to. He is the most resourceful motherfucker
True.
in the galaxy.
No, he is. I
Like,
agree.
Here's what I feel. Like we've talked about, Dooku is his main man, and he orders Grievous and Dooku to capture himself from Coruscant before episode 3 on purpose. It's a test. No one knows it's a test except for him.
Dooku.
He doesn't even really know.
He knew. What do you
Man,
think?
I feel like
Do
he's-
it.
Well, no, but I feel like it
Do
was
it.
it was kind of like capture me. It's a feint. You guys know what's going on, but
Okay.
it's going to scare the shit out of the Republic,
he
right?
knew what was happening.
It's going to
Dooku knew.
spark all of this shit, right?
Yeah. Dooku knew that he was capturing Sidious. That he knew that.
If Anakin wasn't there, if it was a different Jedi, or if Anakin wasn't there altogether, Sidious would have stuck with Dooku.
And they wouldn't have ruled.
I think you would have.
Who the fuck's taking out all the Jedi? Dooku?
They both could
No, absolutely
together.
not. No,
or
absolutely not.
or
Nope.
if Anakin wasn't
No.
in power at that point for Sidious, he would have gone about it a different way.
You know what would
He would
have...
have been like, "Oh shit,
No.
Anakin didn't work out. Let me just tweak my plans. We're gonna move this way. I'm still taking control. Everything's good."
You know what would have happened if Anakin wasn't there at that point? He would have taken Dooku and said, all right, we're going to do this. And in the next battle, Anakin would have murdered Dooku. Done. Your plan's over, and they would have figured it out. And then, dude, Mace, Obi, and Anakin are taking down Sidious. I'm saying that right now.
Okay, all right.
Plus
wait.
Yoda.
So you're saying if Anakin stayed on the light side?
Well, you're saying if Anakin wasn't
I'm
in that
trying to
battle.
think if Anakin wasn't in the picture at all,
Okay.
Sidious would absolutely still be in control.
I think it would have ended in a political career. He
But it-
wouldn't have taken over as a Sith Lord.
I don't know.
He
He
may
had
have,
Dooku. He had Dooku.
It's kind
He
of
could have made it happen.
It's kind of weird because I think possibly he could have somehow became an emperor still, but the Jedi would still be around. Well,
I don't know.
mean,
If Anakin was completely out of the picture, absolutely Sidious still gets in control. If Anakin is still in the picture but doesn't fall to the dark side, then there's the issue because he is still such an extremely strong Force user that, like, if he's on board with the Jedi ways, he's not letting Sidious do his thing. If he sticks with the light side, it's just not going to happen. I thought you were originally saying, like, take
yeah.
Vader totally out.
well, I was saying just replace him with another character, but
I think
Um,
Sidious, he still has it, man. He's more resourceful than that. He's not going to let his plan of 30 years fall apart just because one guy, like, he has so many ducks in a row. He has Dooku, but this whole time he has Maul, and Dooku has Asajj, and he has Grievous. He's like, I have all these pawns in
but
play.
they're all jokes except for Dooku.
But he's saying, I have these jokes. In the meantime, they're murdering the fuck out of people.
They're
and
not,
if they
though.
fall apart, then I have other ones in the background.
They're not.
They are.
Who the fuck is
Dude,
Maul?
Grievous is leading the entire CIS army. He's
I'll give
fucking
you-
everybody up.
I'll give you Grievous just because of
and
the
Asajj
Asajj kills like 1.5 people,
and
one
Maul.
of them is a
We're
Jawa.
about to find out in the comic book what happens with him.
Maul,
At the very least, he kills Qui-Gon
a Padawan
and
Obi-Wan.
then comes back and starts a crime organization and has a brother and shit.
I understand what you're saying. I don't see the next level without Anakin. Now, against my point, and I was just gonna say that even without Anakin, Order 66 still would have taken place.
Yeah.
So thousands of Jedi would have just died.
I'm still in play. Commander Cody is still murdering everybody he possibly can.
I'm saying there's still probably 4,000 Jedi in the Jedi Temple on Coruscant,
I know.
including Mace,
I know.
motherfucking Kit Fistass, and everybody else.
Well, if Anakin wasn't around,
Yoda lives. Are you kidding me?
If
Yoda
Mace,
lives.
if Sidious lost to Mace on purpose for Anakin reasons, if Anakin wasn't around, then he would have just killed Mace along with the other three Jedi.
But that's a toss-up because.
This is a toss-up.
No,
it's
no,
not real.
No, I'm just saying. I think everything might be pivotal on that one single idea. Did he play it down just to make him look like he lost, or did he actually lose to Mace Windu, who is about the most attacking, offensive Jedi ever been?
True.
Because, like, even as a Sith, you're just like, oh, he's a Jedi. Oh, Jesus, he knows Vapad and shit. And you're like,
I mean,
let me just electrocute myself real quick.
Well, it comes down to what's intriguing about movies and story and, like, big plots like that. I mean, he took a gamble. I've been watching this kid for
It worked out.
10,
Obviously.
15, 20 years. He killed Dooku. I didn't think that was going to happen. I'm putting all my chips on Vader.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he
Killed
pulled
it
through.
all.
I really do think, though, I don't think
it would have happened, man.
I don't
That
think
whole
they
Jedi Temple.
I don't think they
filled.
need each other.
The librarian would have taken shit out. She was pissed.
I just think
Overdue books.
he would have said, okay, Vader's not going to work. Anakin's not my apprentice. Let me recalculate, tweak my plans. It might take another 10 years, but I'm still going to make it happen.
You got to think, and this is another thing.
I just don't think they need each other to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. 1,000%, Anakin needs Palpatine to become Vader. 1,000%. I agree.
Well, yes.
But I really think, like you said, he had all his chips in one basket, and it worked.
Yep.
It worked, thank God. If somehow, when he was electrocuted and all fuzzy lumpkins laying on the ground in front of Mace Windu, if Anakin would have just said, yeah, fucking kill him. He's obviously the Sith Lord.
Yeah. Light side.
Light side, bitch.
Everyone wins.
Everybody does win.
Peace and justice.
Doesn't die. They can have children.
Well, that's still a huge debate. It's not confirmed. We don't know.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I still stick to my belief. Anakin had a premonition about Padme dying in childbirth.
You think that was put in by Sidious?
Not necessarily, but I'm saying because he tried so hard to prevent that from happening, he actually caused it to happen.
Yeah.
That's what I believe. Whether it was close and Sidious sucked her life force to revive Anakin.
I don't believe that.
The
That's not
details
canon.
don't matter. I just think the thought was there. He was so resistant to it that he caused it to happen by accident anyways.
Yeah, I like that.
If he stuck to the light side, he would have listened to Yoda. He would have been at peace. He would have been like, well, if Padme dies, it's the will of the Force. And then she wouldn't have died and everything would have been fine.
But he would have still got kicked out of the Jedi Order for banging a senator and having kids. You would have been like, dude, I haven't got pussy for 900 years.
So what, man? They would have retired in Naboo, kept banging all the time, raised their kids with the waterfalls and shit. But by that fireplace with her shortcut fucking
bosoms.
Yeah. Senator outfit.
Senator. I'm a diplomat.
That would have been the best life ever. Feeding her peaches with his force powers.
Peaches.
Whatever he
my
did.
God.
That would have been the best life, man. Seriously.
If you would have had to change someone on screen, character-wise, actor-wise, actress, in the Clone Wars, who would have been across the all three movies?
Prequels, you mean?
Prequels, I'm sorry. Classic Clone Wars. Yeah, prequels.
So same character, but change the actor.
Yeah.
Whoa. That's a good question, man.
Ewan McGregor's perfect. I'm just going to say that right now. What's his face that played Maul? Perfect.
Qui-Gon's
Sidious is obviously perfect.
Sidious is perfect. Anakin's perfect. I'm not a huge fan of the acting, but I still think like him.
No, he looks like Anakin Skywalker.
Exactly.
Mace was okay. I didn't think they had to use D. Walt Williams.
I would probably pick someone still old, but a little more active and agile for Dooku.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, I
that
really
would've been
love
cool.
Christopher Lee.
He was just a tad too old, I think.
When you're 80 and you're a Jedi,
Yeah.
you're a hell of a lot more agile than when you're just a regular 80-year-old. So I feel like maybe someone who still looked old but was slightly younger would have been cool for Dooku.
Or what if just someone that was graying, not fucking gray?
Right.
Like, you're like probably mid-50s, like, and just look good for mid-50s. He
Even
looked,
a little older.
He looked 80 though.
He was 80.
But he looked 80. That's what I'm
I
saying.
think Dooku's supposed to be 80 though.
That's
So
what I'm
he's
saying.
old. Yeah.
No, that's a good one. I like
I mean,
it.
he was in the Jedi Order long enough to train Qui-Gon, and then he quit.
He was in the Plagueis book.
Yeah.
Talking mad shit
Love
about the
Dooku so
Jedi
much.
Order.
Stupendous! If you're listening, I can't facilitate all of my thoughts for Dooku cohesively for everyone to like understand. So please make a video about Dooku. No one understands. He's so awesome. Everyone thinks he's an old fuck. He's so cool.
He's an old fuck. You just complained about it. No, I might change mine to that. My first thought was Padme. I'm just not a big fan of what's her face. I'm not. I feel bad saying that, but
I'm okay with it. I have no problem.
the Keira Knightley wannabe or whatever the fuck her name is, Padme Amidala.
You know, some people might say that Keira Knightley is the Natalie Portman wannabe.
Natalie Portman. Well, to be completely honest, I'm not a big fan of her. Period. She's she's weird.
Who? Which one?
Natalie Portman. Have you like heard her talk as a human being?
No, but she's an actor, so I watched her act in movies.
I know. No, I get it, and that's why I'm not trying to be like biased about it. But she's fucking weird, dude. Yeah, it's just maybe it was the combination between her bad lines that she was forced to say with
Right.
Anakin's bad
Right.
lines, and that whole it was kind of a struggle of a relationship right there.
Right.
Because I feel like even with Anakin and Obi-Wan's bad lines, like Ewan McGregor fucking killed it. Like even with bad lines, it was still
Right.
like he's Obi-Wan,
Right.
and he's Anakin, so it still kind of worked. But there was like a weird disconnect before Padme and Anakin for me. Like, no, I'm so in love with you. Like, no, clearly you're in love with the fucking lamp over here because that was terrible. But yeah, I see and agree with your Dooku statement, but I'm sticking with Natalie Portman, but I don't have a replacement. I just maybe something more like wholesome. Like I guess like I don't even know how to say that. I don't know. White girl, brunette. Like that's how
Nubian.
like, well, yeah, that's about as generic as you can get. I don't see her being a blonde. I don't know, man. So
Yeah, I
another
have no complaints.
brunette, maybe a little more badass. Cause she was like badass, but she was like, I'm a senator, badass.
Well, she's
But,
badass
like,
in the Clone Wars.
But like Leia, like Carrie Fisher had those faces that you like, don't fucking piss her off.
I can see
Padme,
that.
I'm like, you could piss her off all day and then throw her in a closet and she'd get scared and confused.
I can see that point because they do try to. I mean, after all, she is Leia's mom.
True.
So I feel like her character was established, and in the Clone Wars cartoon, as a senator, they try to give her some of those moments.
Strength.
Like
and
they try to
just-
give her, I'm standing
yeah.
like this is wrong. Fuck everyone. This is what's happening.
True.
So I guess I can picture, if they tried to emulate Leia a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess maybe that's it. That's another part of it, that
Yeah.
it just didn't translate from Padme to badass Leia, who just did her own fucking thing because it was, she was the hippie of Star Wars. Like,
Right.
no, that's not right. Like, fuck it.
Whereas Anakin's whiny bitchness translates to Luke perfectly.
True, exactly. Perfect.
Yeah.
No, but I really, truly can't, like,
Struggling to
could-
find someone to fill the role. Yeah.
well, that too, but I'm looking at Anakin again with Hayden. It's just like physically that is Anakin to me. He looks exactly how I pictured Anakin.
Yeah.
Now, how I pictured Vader, there's a little loss in translation there, which is
True.
kind of weird because who the fuck knows what he looks like under there, other than a powdered donut that you see in episode 6.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's
part of the conversation
come
is
up with someone.
I can't.
Not Natalie Portman.
Well, part of the conversation is the director has an idea in mind, and let me step back a second. We've talked on the show how decisions of filmmaking and lines have affected what canon becomes.
Yeah.
So I feel in the same right, casting choices help affect what the character becomes. So like a director has an idea in mind in his head, and he has to find the right person to fill that role. So a lot of it kind of ends up with, I've imagined this character and I've been given these actresses, and I think that you can put that together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that takes like, I think it'd be easier to hear George Lucas's idea for Padme and then try to find someone to fill the role, as opposed to like replace Natalie Portman. You know what I mean?
No, replace her.
I'm struggling to find somebody that could do a better job.
I don't know what actors or actresses to begin with, so.
And the only reason I wanted to replace Dooku is not even because of the character himself. It's kind of because he's so cool, but everyone thinks he's just an old fuck that they don't understand what's going on. I was like, we need more like awesome action from Dooku.
I have a question. Who actually
Don't
voiced...
ask me questions.
Who voiced Grievous?
That is a great question that I asked you not to ask me.
Pissed.
Let's figure it out.
Figure it out. They should have just had Carrie Fisher play fucking Padme too. She was maybe so. This is the conundrum that we're in because she was supposed to be naive because she was put in power too young, so she wasn't that intelligent, smart, prepared, and she was just kind of thrown it. But she loves her people.
But she learned I mean, you got to think about from episode 1 to episode 2. It's 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
She was young and naive and thrust into it, but from that experience, her planet being sieged and she had to take it back for the next 10 years being in the Senate. I mean, she learned a shit ton over that time period.
But you gotta, maybe it was something with Sidious where he just kind of limited her. I don't know how many D's are unlimited, but no, that's what I'm saying. Like he became chancellor, and
I
then
don't
of
hate
course
the idea, but
of course he's gonna still counsel her on Naboo because that's where he's from, and she took his job.
All these thoughts about Sidious like taking her life force to give to Anakin.
That's a stretch.
I don't know, man.
I like the theory, but it's still a stretch.
Matthew Wood was the voice for General Grievous.
I mean, Grievous didn't have hair, so I'm pissed.
He sounded great. I don't know. He was also for the Clone Wars animated series as well.
I wonder if he was for Battlefield 2 or Battlefront 2.
Probably. Most of that stuff they just took from the movie.
I can't get over. I can kill you with 1, 2, no 3 arms tied behind my back. All right, Grievous, talking mad shit over.
Such a badass, man.
He comes rumbling in.
I love it.
And while Dooku and Sidious over here having a shock party, I love it. Hey, don't walk over here. I love it.
All right, you fucks.
Final thoughts? What's going on?
What happened?
What are we trying to play this weekend? Obviously, I
won't be here this weekend.
You're out all weekend?
Yeah.
Well, fuck. We're not gonna do anything.
You need to catch up on Mass Effect. Mass Effect Andromeda comes out. You need to be ready for it.
All I got is Friday and Saturday. I'm out.
That's plenty of time to play Mass Effect 2.
I'm not playing Mass Effect 2 Friday and Saturday. It's my only days off, man.
That's what you do on your days off. You play video games. You play Mass Effect. You can finish all of Mass Effect in like 20 hours if you didn't do any side missions at all.
You realize I'm only awake 12 hours a day.
Mopo's a vampire. He sleeps. You sleep 12 hours is what you just said?
I'm at work the rest of it.
You goddamn vampire. Speaking of vampires, I know I've talked about it before, but that Dracula movie from like 92 with from Coppola with what's Commissioner Gordon's actor's name in the new Batman movies? I can't remember. I don't remember, but he's Dracula.
Wait, Commissioner Gordon from the what?
The new Batman ones.
They're finding a way
Nolan
into
trilogy.
the city.
Batman ones. Why? Fuck.
Adam Kashner.
Great.
Please.
Gary Oldman. I love that Dracula movie, so maybe I'll watch it. Anyways, I talked about vampires, and that's what happened, and now it's the end of the fucking podcast. I do still think if Vader wasn't around, Sidious still would have been a badass and taken over the galaxy, and that's my thoughts.
I don't think he would have had the hammer. If you're trying to hammer the galaxy into shape,
Cleo Ren's late to the party.
piss.
We are literally about to stop recording.
I literally think if you're trying to hammer the galaxy into shape without a hammer, you're not going to do it. You can have a chisel, you can have a goddamn screwdriver, and you're going to work it, but you're not going to control the fucking galaxy without a Vader.
I understand. I also do think that a big majority of the galaxy went along with the transition without needing to be hammered at all. And it was only because of the Jedi Order and then the Rebels that the hammer needed to be there. And I think it would have figured it out along the way.
I don't know. Thousands of Jedi are still
Dead.
enemies. And we're sitting on Coruscant in our fucking temple, still got we have everything.
True.
We
No, I
have the
know, I
Jedi
know.
archives. Even you kill off 10,000 of them. We've still got, let's say, 4,000 or 5,000
Time
sitting
to make
here.
an alternate timeline where Vader doesn't exist at all.
Ooh. Wouldn't that be a crazy fuck? Someone would have fallen, and
Yeah.
it would have been a much more of a struggle because he was the chosen one. You take the chosen one out of anything, shit metaphorically, physically hits the fan.
Yeah. So tweet us, Instagram us, email us your thoughts. The big one, the big conversation from this night is if Vader wasn't around, would Sidious still be successful? And on the flip side, if Sidious wasn't around, would Vader still fall to the dark side? So all of your thoughts, I want to hear them. We can talk about it on the next episode. Battlefront 2 is announced.
Han Solo
movie started filming. Rogue One character backstory novels are coming out. The Darth Maul novel's out. A bunch of shit.
Diesel Punk, we gave it a 1 out of 3. Diesel Punk's
Wasn't that
double
good.
IPA. Struggled to drink. We drank them all.
Don't forget to check out the Star Wars Commonwealth. All of us awesome Star Wars podcasters on Twitter. Just search up the hashtag SWC Pod. You can find all of our madness on there. And then Celebration is coming up. Celebration Orlando in April. We will be there. We
Do we
got
have
a
to buy-
media
Do
badge.
we have to buy tickets?
We're going to make shit happen. I have to find out because I feel like with the media
Shit
badge,
sold out.
it's not sold out. And with the media badge, I think that includes,
A ticket?
yeah. So this is our first celebration. So we're trying to
Well, we're not going to London, so.
we're going to Orlando.
I'm saying the past celebration was in London. I'm gonna go
True.
ahead and,
Well, they float around,
no, we're flying.
Dude, I
We're
saw someone
driving.
post about old celebrations that like the first one was in 99 before Phantom Menace came out. And I was like, what? I literally just heard about this 2 years ago for
Yeah.
Anaheim. It was
Yeah.
the first one I ever heard about in my life. I wasn't on Twitter. Shit.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in, Rogue Squadron Podcast. You can download all of our stuff on YouTube,
No, you can't.
Rogue Squad Pod.
You can't download it on YouTube.
You can subscribe on YouTube. You can download it free, iTunes, Stitcher, all of the podcast apps. Rogue Squadron Podcast. If you guys want to fuck around, shoot us an email. Tell us where you're from, where you're listening from, why the fuck you hate us. Rogue Squadron Podcast at Gmail. We love to hear from our followers, which over the past probably year, we've heard more of our followers than we've ever had. We've had sprinkles of intelligence across the world.
So
And
stop being
we got
so
Tugboat captain, and we got
nervous
a
to reach out.
motherfucker in Australia drinking beers behind trains. But that's how we like it. So, Rogue Squadron Podcast. That's what we. That's it.
That's the perfect. That's the perfect ending thing ever.
Most watch podcast.
Well, Scott is.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in live with us.
Feed fuckers.
Are the hearts YouTube?
Hearts are YouTube,
So,
and the Twitches are Twitch.
so Cleo Ren, sorry you tuned in too late.
Sorry, yeah, you're not a big enough fan to watch our thing.
Sorry you're slacking like a homogenous can of milk. Can of milk. We are done recording, but if you guys want to, this is episode 96. So if you guys want to go to iTunes, hey,
Fuck that shit. He just laughed. What's up, guys?
I don't laugh.
We just got done recording episode 96. Ooh! Michael Powers, what's up, my man?
So hi guys.
What's up, brah?
Ha ha ha. Check.
Anybody that was on the stream with us, we want to say thank y'all. Oh, we got a bunch of motherfuckers in here. People must get on later at night. We got a lot of do anything crazy for 100? That's actually a good question. We should do like a big event for episode 100.
Sorry. Oh, we're not live anymore?
We're live on everything right now.
We live. So for episode 100, I'm gonna get naked, show some side boob, and
I'm gonna fall to the dark side.
I'll try to prevent that.
And it's not gonna work. All the Jedi are dying. Live streamception. Motomax. You've been here the whole time, Motomax. I love you. Thank you. What's up from San Diego? Yo, San Diego. What's up from Ohio? We said. Nice poster. Which one? I got a lot in here. The Joker one's pretty sweet. I know it's not Star Wars, but still.
You are not okay.
And then some shit.
Cleo, you have to tune in earlier,
Ben
and
Fox,
or
sup?
just if you're already on YouTube, I assume you are subscribed. So, guys, go to YouTube, subscribe, Rogue Squad Pod. You can catch all of our live.
Cleo, so it's 8 p.m. on Wednesdays. That's our live time. But, you know, we have the show. I mean, you can check the audio on all the podcast stuff whenever the fuck you want. And we're on Twitter, man. We know you on Twitter. You're good. You can just chat with us. I'll just give you a summary of the whole episode on Twitter. It's fine.
No.
Summary was beer. Also, what happens if Sidious wasn't around? Vader still wins.
Okay, let's do this. Let's do an after show smidgen. So during the episode tonight that we recorded, we talked about what if Anakin. Let's talk about would Sidious succeed in the dark side and taking over the galaxy without Anakin or without Vader specifically. What do you guys think?
I say yes.
I say no.
I say fuck that.
I think Sidious would not do shit without Vader.
He
And
did
all-
so much shit before Vader was even there.
But he couldn't do a damn thing. That's where it stops, man.
It didn't stop.
Stop now.
All right, done. No, I'm just kidding. What's the YouTube channel? It's Rogue Squad Pod.
It's the same thing as our Instagram, Rogue
Yeah.
Squad Pod. So if
Yeah.
you go over there, search Rogue Squad Pod, just hit subscribe, and you'll be notified when we go live, which is every Wednesday. When we record, and you can tune in and message us live and yell at us about how smart and
So-
handsome we are.
Cleo said Anakin's not going dark side without Sidious. I think that makes sense.
I agree, but without Vader or Anakin, he doesn't make that leap of killing all the Jedi.
I think it just would have extended the timeline a little bit. I think it would have taken longer, but he still would have made it happen. Sidious would have made it happen.
Dude.
Yep.
I don't see anyone else taking over the galaxy with Sidious. Like, and
Well, yeah, you
I
don't
get the
see it, but-
like I get the point that like Anakin was or Vader was a pawn of Sidious, but he was the perfect pawn.
Yeah.
Like he was being used, but also he can murder everything, including younglings. You could make Mace go to the dark side. He's like, younglings, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
What the
sorry, I
fuck you
can't do
doing?
that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a tough decision. But we want to know if you're listening right now and you didn't hear the actual show, comment
on Instagram or tweet us. We want to know what your thoughts. If Sidious was not around, would Anakin still fall to the dark side? And if Vader did not fall to the dark side, would Sidious, the Emperor, still take control of the galaxy? Good
I mean,
question.
he basically
post
already
this
had
also.
control, but
On Monday.
would he take that next step of destroying the Republic? You and your Republic. You're saying no what? Then?
We asked 2 questions. Which one are you saying no to?
Are you saying Sidious would not take over without Vader?
Yeah, you got to specify. Which one do you think? Matthew, what's going on? You said, I think so, but we asked 2 questions. My phone glitched out. So, if Vader was gone, would Sidious still be in control
Let's
of the
just ask one.
galaxy?
Let's stick with that. If Vader didn't exist, would Sidious still take over the galaxy?
Yes.
I think he would take over. So
Yeah.
+1 for you.
Yeah. I think Sidious is so long game. He's so long term. Like, if he put all his chips in Vader and ditched Dooku to the side, and if Vader didn't pan out, I think he would have recorrected and just, let's find the next guy that can make it happen. Let's just hire some bounty hunters. Let's recruit some Sith. Let's just patience.
I'm going to sit here and say, I mean, without Anakin, Sidious would have lost because
Because Vader is a bitch. Who are you? Oh, it's Nimrod Jess again.
bounty hunters.
Vader's not a bitch, but I appreciate you.
So Vader's definitely guaranteed to be not a bitch.
Vader is
He's a pawn.
the anti-bitch.
Yeah, I mean his
Anakin's a bitch.
his
Vader's not.
emotions are bitchy,
Well, Vader's not a bitch.
but he's also the most murderous thing ever created outside of Darth Bane.
That's what I'm saying. Anakin is. Vader is not. That's the difference.
No, I think Order 66 would have still happened. Sidious would have killed thousands of Jedi, but people like Kit Fisto, Mace Windu, Yoda, Obi-Wan would have all lived. I don't care if it's Sidious and Dooku's even stronger because they're not taking those guys out. Yoda's not losing.
But I also think if it was just Sidious and Dooku, that Sidious would have known better and not launched an attack on the Jedi.
The only
would've
reason
waited.
Yoda lost is because he was by himself. If Yoda showed up with Mace Windu, Sidious is dead for
But
sure.
you could also make the fact that Sidious wouldn't have let the Yoda fight happen unless he knew it was just one-on-one and he could win.
Yeah, I think you're giving Sidious too much credit.
I will. All day I'll give Sidious credit. He's a badass.
Well, and that's the other thing. So you think about Sidious. The one thing that really takes Sidious down a notch for me, and it happens all the way in episode 6, is when Vader's talking straight to Sidious, and he says there's a small rebel fleet going to the forest moon of Endor. And Sidious says, I didn't feel that. That's weird. Vader felt it, and he didn't because Sidious is a weak bitch, and
That's
Vader.
not what happened. That's not.
That's exactly what happened.
No, that's not how it happened.
Pissed.
Vader was on the moon, and he left the moon, and he said, "Yeah,
Thank you, Chocolate Dough.
Jimmy Junga.
Jimmy.
I love your podcast. You should go live on Instagram more." Yeah, we would like to go more often than once a week. We just, since there's 2 of us, we want to do live when we're both together, which only happens once a week, maybe twice. So it happens. You know, it's all good. We drank this beer.
That's what we drank. It was mediocre at best.
Yeah, it was not that good.
Drank it all.
Let's go on.
I
We should do live while we're like playing out.
We still got 6 people live on this
and
bitch.
playing and gaming more. Can you guys still hear us? Hi.
What's up, Toy Bills? He's been following us for a while.
Yo, bro.
Shim.
Cleo Ren says Sidious needed Vader, but he wouldn't achieve his goal one way or the other. Or that he would have achieved his goal one way or the other. Yeah, I think so too. I think the way it played out.
Are giving him. He's got political power, and like you said, he's the most resourceful thing ever created in any galaxy ever. But he needed.
You just gave it to him.
But he needed Vader. That's what he was waiting for. There's never going to be another Vader. There's never.
I suppose. I will agree that he was waiting for the hammer.
That's because he couldn't do it himself.
I agree with that.
Then that's it.
No,
he
but
couldn't
I
do it
feel
himself.
like if Vader didn't pan out, he would have recorrected and changed his plan, waited for another hammer or altered the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further. You know. Add me on PS4. We are on
X-Bone.
Xbox, yeah.
I don't know, man. Because I've clearly, and this is the bad thing. Well, this is not the bad thing, but this is the thing about Sidious.
Tell me.
He doesn't go out and battle. So, and yes, he lived against Yoda, which is actually astounding. Cassian said we have to be friends. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a struggle. I'm not giving way. Like if you make a legitimate argument, I will sit here and say I was wrong, but I don't think so. I think Vader was the key. If you're behind a lock, you don't have a key. It is what it is. You will still get very powerful, but
I would say I like that argument, but I would say there's a lock. Sidious doesn't have the key, so Vader just grabs an axe and cuts the lock off. That's what I would say.
No one else is a big enough axe.
If the axe didn't come along, he would have waited and found a key to open it.
There's no chosen one coming along. He needed that one. Not even one in a million. He needed that one.
All right.
There's no other. Name one other one.
I do like the Destiny.
That was it.
Fate version of that. Yeah.
He needed it.
I mean, it makes for a good story.
Like you said, he put all his eggs in one basket and it worked.
K2SO is one of the best Black Series figures. Yeah, it looks so legit. Great for pictures and everything.
Oh, it's
else.
heavy.
Yeah.
I picked him up by his coccyx.
I do love it. It is awesome. Yeah, some of these figures, like, they do look... I'm not into photography at all, but, like, some of them do look really, really legit. Commander Cody's not quite tall enough.
I wish he had... We should add a finger here.
We need that in the forefront of all of our... I can't focus on Instagram Live. If I tap, it just goes away.
Yeah.
Sidious couldn't have taken over the galaxy without Vader's help. Sidious was getting old. He needed someone to help him take it over. Yeah, I mean, I get that. That is a big part of the argument. I just think he was smart and cunning enough that if Vader didn't help him, he would have found somebody else too. But anyways.
He needed a young, emotional bitch, and he found one.
Any Black Series figures coming out in the future that you guys are excited for? Well, Revan just came out like 3 weeks ago, and I haven't been able to find him in any local stores at all.
No.
Jackass.
Hammer pissed. All right, guys. It's
we got to peace out.
It's like midnight 12 over here. So
and YouTube, we got to peace out too.
Rogue Squadron Podcast. Head on over to YouTube and subscribe, and you'll get all of our videos, and we'll let you know when we're going live. Rogue Squadron Podcast. And we'll hoot and holler about all that shit. We're getting Tusken Raiders, man. Ooh, nice.
Tusken Raiders about what?
Name of the podcast, Rogue Squadron Podcast. If you guys didn't know, that's why we're called Rogue Squad Pod on Instagram.
It's also the name of the channel.
Rogue Squadron Podcast. If you just go to YouTube and search Rogue Squad Pod, you'll find us. So, thanks guys for tuning in. We're peacing out. Commander Cody, Mopar,